Frederick Jackson Turner's Frontier Thesis, and Dr. Timothy E. Nelson's Afro-Frontier Thesis offer distinct perspectives on the role of the frontier in shaping American history and identity. Here's a breakdown of their key differences. Frederick Jackson Turner's Frontier Thesis, 1893. Focus primarily on the white American experience of westward expansion across the North American continent. Argument: the process of settling the free land of the frontier was the primary force in shaping American democracy, individualism, self-reliance, and other national characteristics. The constant rebirth on the frontier, as settlers adapted to the wilderness, distinguished American culture from its European roots. Key concepts. Frontier as a line. Turner viewed the frontier as a moving geographic line between civilization and wilderness. Americanization. The frontier acted as a crucible where European immigrants were transformed into distinct Americans. Democracy and individualism. The challenges and opportunities of the frontier fostered democratic institutions and a spirit of self-reliance. End of the frontier. Turner argued that the closing of the frontier in 1890 marked a significant turning point in American history. Limitations/criticisms. Ignores indigenous peoples. Turner largely disregarded the presence and impact of Native American populations and the violence of their displacement. Neglects other groups. His thesis downplays the experiences of women, enslaved people, and various immigrant groups on the frontier. Oversimplification. Critics argue that it oversimplifies the complex factors that shaped American identity and history. Eurocentric bias. While arguing for American distinctiveness, the framework still centers on European settlers and their transformation. Dr. Timothy E. Nelson's Afro-Frontier Thesis, coined in his dissertation circa 2015. Focus specifically on the experiences of African Americans who migrated westward, particularly to establish autonomous black communities in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Argument: black westward migration was not solely a flight from racial violence and oppression in the South, but also an active pursuit of opportunity, self-determination, and the creation of spaces of freedom outside the constraints of Jim Crow laws. These Afro-frontiers represent deliberate acts of agency and ambition. Key concepts. Afro-frontier as a perpetual motion. Nelson defines it as a continuous movement of African descendants deliberately using migration and colonization to realize their full humanity and take control of their lives. Autonomous black communities. The thesis highlights the significance of all black towns like Blackdom, New Mexico, as examples of black people actively shaping their own destinies. Agency and ambition. It emphasizes the proactive nature of black migrants seeking opportunities and building their own futures. Reframing the narrative. Nelson challenges the dominant exoduster narrative, which often portrays black migration solely through the lens of escape from victimhood. Contributions. Centers black experiences. It places African Americans at the center of their own history in the West, rather than as marginalized figures in the broader frontier narrative. Highlights resistance and resilience. It showcases the ways black communities actively resisted oppression and built vibrant spaces. Expands the definition of frontier. It moves beyond a purely geographical definition to include the creation of social and political spaces of freedom and self-governance. Connects to broader themes. It links the Afro-frontier to concepts of Afrotopias, black consciousness, and the history of the African diaspora. In essence, the key differences lie in the racial focus. Turner's thesis is about the general, implicitly white, American experience, while Nelson specifically examines the black experience. The motivations for westward movement. Turner emphasizes the pull of free land and the transformation through contact with wilderness, while Nelson highlights the push for self-determination and the active creation of autonomous spaces by black migrants. The agency of the people involved. While Turner portrays settlers adapting to the environment, Nelson emphasizes the deliberate and agentic actions of black individuals and communities in shaping their own frontiers. The interpretation of the frontier. Turner sees it as a linear progression of westward expansion, while Nelson's Afro-frontier is a more nuanced concept involving the creation of distinct social and political spaces. Dr. Nelson's Afro-frontier thesis offers a crucial corrective to the traditional, often exclusionary, narrative of the American West presented by Turner, providing a vital understanding of the diverse experiences and